Hello. In today's video, we're going to look at how to create activity records in your system and how to link them to collections records. So if you're familiar with Collections Index, you'll know that down here in your left-hand menu, you've got an activities section. And this is where you can find different types of activity records that support procedures and tasks you might be doing with your collections. And if I open this up, you can see the full list of activity types here, and these are of course based on the spectrum procedures. So as an example today, I'm going to pick use of collections, which you might be using to record things like exhibitions or research access to your collections. And like with any record, I can run a blank search to get back everything, or I can do more detailed searches in here, or even open up an advanced search. But what I'm actually going to be doing today is creating a new record for a pretend exhibition, and then I can show you how to add different collections items to an activity record. So I'm going to click on add a new use of collection activity. Note that if you have workflows installed, you won't see this link. You will instead see the option to start a new workflow. So we're now looking at the edit form for an activity record, and the field you see will vary slightly depending on the activity you are recording. In this case, because we're use of collections, we have this collections use type field at the top, and we also have an exhibitions and research section to maybe record some slightly more specific information about those types of collections use. So I'm going to fill in a fairly quick record here. Let's say it's an exhibition. I'm going to just call it something unimaginative like test exhibition. I'm going to open up the exhibition section. Here we can put the name of our exhibition. We could add an organizer with our authorities if we wanted to. Let's quickly add someone. There we go. We could choose where it was, but I think just as a quick example, that will be enough for our exhibition. And now if I view the record I've made, we can see the information so far about our exhibition. But how do we add collections records to this activity? What you'll see when you're viewing an activity, there's a section up here called Edit Governed Items, and this will list the types of records in your system available to link to your activities. So in our case, we can see objects, archives, and images. And if we had books on this system, we'd also see those. So if I click on objects, I will now be taken to what should look like a familiar object search page with one difference, and that is this use of collections banner up here at the top. It's reminding us that that's the current activity and that we are in the business of finding governed items for that activity. And you'll note it says use the plus folder and minus folder icons alongside the results to add or remove governed items for this activity. So we could do a search, for example. Maybe we want some wooden objects in our exhibition. We can see a search result down here. And if I click the folder icon at the end of each row, I'll add that item to our activity. You can see that's now changed to a minus symbol. And if I click that again, it would take it off our activity. But let's add it in. Let's add one or two more of these wooden items. And maybe we decide we want to do another search, add different items in. I could search for something like glass. Yeah, and we'll add some of these in. And in theory, you can do as many searches as you need, just clicking these folder icons until you've added everything you want to your activity. And once you're ready, if you go up to the top, click on I'm done. And we now return to looking at our activity record, and we can see down here on the right now we have a list of governed items which are now connected to our activity. So we can see them here in the context of our activity. If I follow one of these records to look at the object record and we scroll down, you can see now our test exhibition is appearing here as an activity from the object record. So we've got these links appearing in both places. We can also see, if we clear the activity banner and just do a true object search up here, we can now see that we have one use of collections record listed against this object, for example. And if I click on this, we can see that's our test one that we just made. And when we're looking at our activity records in a search summary, we get a little preview of the governed items here. And again, we can, rather than viewing this full activity record, we could just click View Items. And again, we'll see all the objects which are governed by that activity. So I hope that's a nice, quick, useful tutorial in how to quickly create an activity record, but also how to add and take away records that are associated with that activity. Join us again next time for another tutorial on Collections Index, and as ever, thank you very much to the Crafts Council and for the Canals and Rivers Trust for letting us use their data in our demo systems. Thank you.